Hi guys, welcome back to the last part of this weekend F challenge, and we were doing email spam classification. So the task in this video is to build a model and train it so that it would be able to properly classify between spam and not spam emails. So let's see the problem statement first. The problem statement says train a naive base model and save it. Then build a Flask web application that loads the model and predict if the user submitted spam or not spam. Okay. So basically, we have to build this naive base model. So this base model uses Bayes theorem. We all studied that in probability. So it uses Bayes theorem for classification between spam and not spam. So, okay, the first step is basically we have to install the Flask, which is not present in this. So after installing this Flask, we have to go to model.py. Yeah, so this model would be responsible for splitting the data between test and train and vectorizing it, cleaning it, everything which we had studied in the which we had seen in the last part. So we'll just go through the code. So import pandas SPD, the pandas library. Now we're importing test train split. So this is imported to split between test and train the model, the data set into test and train. And then we have the count vectorizer. So this is basically to make a bag of words which we had seen in the vocabulary. So then we have multinomial NB. So this is basically the naive based model. And then we are importing the accuracy score to find the accuracy. Then import pickle. This is one more library. So first we'll start, we read the data set, that is spamclean.csv, and then we are dropping all the missing rows which we had done in the last problem as well. So we're using drop NA, and we're dropping all the missing values in the message, and then we're splitting the data set into two features, that is X and Y. X we have message and Y we have label. So then we are splitting the dataset into train and test. So here you can see the test size is 0.2, that is 20% of the data would be taken for test size and remaining 80% would be taken for train size. And then we have random state, we have set it as 42, because now in random state 42, whatever data is used for train and whatever data is used for test, the same thing keeps repeating every time you try it. So it doesn't change, so the value remains same. And now this is done. Now we have to vectorize the data, what we had done in the previous video. So vectorizing is basically we are making it into a count vectorizer function. So basically what it does is stores the data into words, and in the bag of words, it is basically a bag of words that stores all unique words. And now we are creating a variable xtrain vector. What does this line do? This line creates a vocabulary when it is training. Parallelly, it creates a vocabulary of unique words, and this is for test. So in this test, it doesn't create any, it uses only whatever is there. Whatever is there doesn't, it uses only that and doesn't add anything else on its own. So then we are training using the naive based classifier. So the model would be multinomial NB, and we are training it using the train, whatever we had done, the train vocabulary train data set, and the Y train, that is the labels. So Y is the label. And now once we are done with the training, we're going to evaluate the model. The actual calculation of the accuracy and all is now done. So we need to calculate Y predicted. Here we have Y train and we have X train. So we get X test and we need Y test, that is Y predicted. So now we are using X test as the input to get Y predicted, and accuracy as usual, the accuracy score calculator. So now we are calculating the accuracy score in 2 decimal places. So after evaluating the model, we have to save the model for further evaluation. So saving the model is done using pickle. So here we are saving the model, and here we are saving the vector. Both we are saving using pickle. Now let me open the terminal, and I need to enter this pip install. So I have entered the pip install, and I'll just click on enter. So all the Flask libraries are installed. And after this is done, I have to run the model first. So the model is trained, and then we have to run the main.py. So to run model, I'll just enter Python So now the starting is model. The model is trained. The accuracy is 98.39. Accuracy rate is 98.39. So now we'll see the main.py. So let's see the main.py code now. Importing Flask, importing pickle as again, like we had imported in the previous model.py here, and again importing OS. So now we are initializing the Flask application, creating an instance of the Flask, and then here we are loading the model and the vectorizer, whatever we had done in the model.py. We are loading both of them into this main.py using these names, model.model path and vectorizer path. And then this is basically a good practice of writing this. And now we are trying to open if both the model path and vectorizer path is opening. And if it is not opening, then we print model files not found. Please run model.py first, because in this kind of programming, in this program, you're seeing that we have to run model first because it has to train, and then we have to run the main program. Without training, if we can't run the main program. So if somebody tries to run directly main.py without running model.py, then we throw this error saying model files not found. Please run model.py first to train and save them. So then we have the home. So home, we have the template, that is index.html. Here we have the index.html. So this is the code. So it redirects here. My bad. Yeah. So after this, we are using post method to take the input from the form. And what are we doing here is basically we're using the post method to take the request. So first we're asking the text that is given in the email from the user. Then we are converting it. Then we are transforming the text into vector. Whatever we are vectorizing the text. And then using that vectorized text, we are making prediction. So we're stating that in a variable called prediction. And now what are we doing? We have to find out if it is either spam or not spam. So if prediction of index 0 is equal to 1, so if it is 1, then it is spam. That's what we have decided, that it is 1, it is spam. If it is 0, it is not spam. So if it is 1, then both the result and result class is spam, else result is not spam. So after this, we are sending the result to index.html to print it as the output. So or else it will return model not loaded error. So then we are running it. So let me run this once and show. Since we've already executed the model.py, now we can directly run the main.py. I'll just click main.py. So I'll just enter and show the meeting is tonight. So this is not a spam because it's a normal email. So then I'll enter, you have won a free gift. This is a spam. You got it now? So that was the program. I hope you guys have understood this weekend's challenge about creating the email spam or not spam classification. That's it for this problem. I'll meet you in the next weekend again with a new different problem. So in this, every weekend we post coding assignments to improve your skills. If you want to learn more about programming and interview preparation and more such stuff, then go pro on CodeChef, and you can solve this program on CodeChef as well, and head to the CodeChef platform and try this program. And that's it, I guess. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.